Recording now, and we can go ahead and get things kicked off here. So hello and welcome to InterVision's Fall 2021 Cloud Strategy Summit. My name is Christopher Cruz, and I'm the Director of Cloud Marketing here at InterVision. And good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you're joining us from. It's great to see this diversity of where everybody's coming in from. And before I get into any of the formalities of the day and the introductions, I do want to extend a very sincere thank you, not only from myself and my fellow marketing team, but from the entire InterVision family. We want to say thank you for taking time out of your day to join this event. You know, I know things are particularly busy with the end of the year, and there's lots of events and things happening across, the industry. And it just means a great deal to us that you take time out of your day to join and hear what we have to say. And I know, many of our best and brightest here at InterVision have worked very hard on putting together some compelling content that I think you'll find insightful. And we'd love to hear from you throughout the day on, how you feel the conversation's going. And if you have feedback at the end, please reach out to us and let us know how we're doing. But it does mean a great deal to us, and we really, really appreciate you joining. It's also very exciting to see, last I checked the data, we were at few hundred registrations, and a great deal, about half of those folks are return guests from our previous Cloud Strategy Summit back in the spring. And, I see that as a sign that what we're doing here with Strategy Summit is driving some value for you, and that it's interesting and compelling enough for you to want to return and be part of these conversations. So, it's a sign that we're on the right track here with Strategy Summit. And I very sincerely look forward to the time when we can start doing these events in person again, across our locations, across the country. And so I could thank each and every one of you personally for taking time out of your day to join us. So you're going to hear a lot more about InterVision and what it is we do. But for those of you who are not aware, InterVision is a strategic service provider with over 25 years of experience helping IT leaders, business leaders like yourself, realize meaningful and measurable business outcomes through a comprehensive portfolio of technology, services, and solutions. And it's through our consultative approach, working alongside you, that we help determine the right technology for your strategy, the right premise to host that technology in, and perhaps most importantly, the right delivery model to help you recognize those meaningful and measurable business outcomes without unwanted surprises and mitigating risk wherever possible. And really at InterVision, it's our mission to help you run more efficiently, grow more effectively, and in many cases, transform the way you do business. And it's no surprise, right? Most of that really, truly transformational work that's happening out there in the market today, both across our clients and across the market in general, is happening either in the cloud or tangentially to the cloud. And that's really why we've continued to refine our focus on being able to support our clients throughout that entire cloud adoption journey, right? Whether you're just getting things started, you're building your strategy, or you're very matured and you're looking for someone to come in and help you further modernize, go completely serverless, or optimize costs, just as some examples of ways that we're helping clients that are maybe a little bit further in that process. So, speaking of cloud and transformation, that's really what brings us to our session today. I don't know, for those of you who remember the last strategy summit, we really tried to model it on what we saw as sort of a typical cloud adoption journey, where you start with the strategy, you get into the migration, and then you move on to operations and optimization. But not every strategy starts that way. Not every cloud adoption journey looks just like that. So what we try to do at the session today is really focus more on outcomes, right? At the end of the day, cloud is just a technology. It's just a tool. It is perhaps, arguably unprecedented in terms of its capabilities, but it's really about how you leverage that tool to drive outcomes. So whether we're speaking to one of our client guests today, or if it's one of our key subject matter experts, really the conversation is going to be centered around different outcomes, driving different and important business outcomes, and the approach and what that process looks like, as opposed to, what you would say is a typical cloud adoption journey. We've got a very dense schedule. Lots of smart folks speaking, so I'm going to try to be as quick as possible so we can let the really smart guys get on the call here. But definitely excited about what we've got going on. And at the end of the day, I'll be doing a raffle for some Amazon Echo shows, pretty cool piece of tech. And so you'll want to stick around and take part in that raffle for all of our attendees. So we've got some great guests here today. And first and foremost, I want to call out, our two client guest speakers that have joined us today, Matt Fields from Omron and Leo Martin from Redux. Matt will be joining here in just a few minutes. He had another thing he was tied up with, but he's going to get on and join in the conversation. But it always means a great deal to us to have our clients join these conversations. And, for me as a marketer, a big part of my job is to listen, right? To better understand what our customers' needs are and where they're going, and try to connect the dots between what all of our talented people can do to help them. So it's always exciting to hear directly from our clients. But we've also got a range of extremely talented and bright people from InterVision to speak to areas that they are, most equipped as subject matter experts, to talk a little bit more about cloud adoption and the various paths that folks can take to, again, drive those really transformational and critical business outcomes. So with all that said, I have the distinct pleasure of introducing our new CEO, Jonathan Lerner. Jonathan Lerner comes to InterVision with decades of experience leading organizations with a customer-first approach. I don't think I've been on a single call with Jonathan where he hasn't brought up the customer first, right? It's all centered on delivering that value to the customer. At his most previous role before InterVision, Jonathan served as president at the public company T-Tech Holdings, which was singularly focused on that customer experience side of the business. And he's bringing that focus to help InterVision build on the foundation we have as a leading strategic service provider, and really drive forward that goal of supporting our clients at every phase of their cloud adoption journey. And he's only been with the company since October, but I can honestly say we're already starting to see really measurable improvements in the way that we are, helping our clients along their cloud adoption journey. So, Jonathan, it's a real pleasure to have you here today. I'm very excited to hear you share a little bit about, InterVision, where we are and where we're going with you at the helm. So I'm going to turn things over to you, Jonathan, and you just let me know when you need me to advance slides.
Perfect, Chris. Thank you. It's a long introduction. I am very customer-centric. There's no doubt. Hopefully that'll come across today in our conversations. And a reminder, you're welcome and encouraged to leverage the chat today. But first, I'll add my good morning and my good afternoon, depending on your time zone, to everybody, and thank, first of all, the panelists and our customer guests. As mentioned, I think it's fantastic that we've earned your trust to the point where you want to speak on behalf of the work we're doing with you and for you. Again, I'm Jonathan Lerner. I'm the president and CEO of InterVision. Just crossed day 60, so I'm thrilled to be able to bring you, again, this engaging content around what many of us are experiencing and what we're actually doing in trying to drive measurable, meaningful impact to our customers, our clients, our citizens, our patients throughout our customers. And I hope today is a worthwhile investment in your time. I'll begin by opening with some trend information, what we've seen this year in cloud adoption based on client conversations, analyst insights, and as well our own IT C-suite survey data. So let's dive right in, and as Chris said, we'll get to the meat of some thought-provoking conversations and some use cases. Simply put, folks, organizations that have realized the cloud-first strategy are performing better than those that have not. Whether it's driven by responses to COVID or the ability to meet customers where they are, Gartner, for instance, predicts that this trend will continue, and it will be reflected in results, in revenue growth. With the rise in flexible and hybrid working patterns, traditional office-centric organizations have evolved and are evolving by choice or by need into distributed enterprises that are comprised of geographically dispersed workers. We all know the impact. You were either disrupted or you got to jump when your employees needed to realize what working from home meant as COVID hit us all. This requires that CIOs have to make major technical and service changes to deliver, frictionless work experiences. But there's an additional impact on business models, as Chris started to introduce. And Gartner agrees. They say that for every organization, from retail to education, their delivery model has to be reconfigured to embrace distributed services. The world, as an example, the world didn't think about trying on clothes in a digital dressing room 2 years ago. But cloud is also allowing organizations to drive innovation cycles through machine learning and AI across structured and unstructured data at rates we've just not ever seen before. Gartner expects that by 2023, 75% of organizations that exploit distributed enterprise benefits will realize top-line revenue growth 25% faster than their competitors. So it comes as no surprise to the folks on this WebEx that the responsibility for driving better customer, better patient, better citizen experience has moved up the list of key business imperatives. We're seeing the evolution of the service economy driving experience as if not the sustainable customer advantage. Almost 75% of organizations polled by Forrester have a board level member accountable for CX, for customer experience. And this is up from only 35% a year ago. Further, about 55% have a CX dedicated executive owner already in place with that title of CX transformation or digital transformation. The key takeaway on this is that organizations need to be able to meet customers and employees where they are on the platforms they are most comfortable with. And COVID has only served to accelerate this motion, as we've seen. At the same time, as more workloads are being migrated to the cloud, CIOs are becoming acutely sensitive to the unique requirements of different business processes. Across a sample of Fortune 1000 companies, Accenture found that an average of 3.4 public clouds and almost 4 private clouds are being deployed or tested now for every organization. And that allows them to tailor their cloud capabilities to the unique and differentiated cloud requirements of the business. However, in their most recent survey, Gartner found that, quote, almost a third of organizations report that they've been moderately to highly unsuccessful or ineffectively implementing cloud-based solutions over the past 3 years. The pervasiveness of multi-cloud strategy means organizations need support choosing, implementing, and then managing and running the right cloud platforms for their applications. What does this tell us? Well, it tells me that you're voting that the cloud is the path forward. Organizations are embracing a multi-cloud, hybrid cloud strategy to, for instance, avoid lock-in and to ensure that they migrate the right workloads and the right applications to the right cloud. Our clients are increasingly turning to us, to InterVision, to help them consider options in making those decisions and to support modernizing their workloads while mitigating their migration risk across public and private clouds. Let's go one ahead. So how is this allowing InterVision help? Well, we've seen that the cloud skills gap is very real. Based on our own internal survey data and Gartner's research that's cited here, cloud expertise is the key factor slowing down journeys to the benefits that we all see of the cloud. Our clients turn to us, to InterVision, to help them address these gaps through our portfolio of managed and professional services and with the support of our tremendous people. Cloud talent is, frankly, in a word, expensive, and it's in extremely high demand. Those skills are often hard to attract and to retain. Our clients are looking to InterVision to help support addressing experience gaps and to ensure their case for change around road mapping their cloud strategies delivers on the promise and allows them to meet their IT and their business goals. So let's go forward, Chris, here. I'll share the good news. It's that we're growing and evolving our services to continue to support our clients' cloud journeys. So we've been busy organically and inorganically investing in growing our capabilities to deliver transformative business outcomes across the cloud providers and their ecosystems in platform and in infrastructure as a service. Our most recent acquisition of Northern Virginia-based SciComm extends our expertise to address today's cloud-first and security-conscious IT marketplace with deep Microsoft Azure and managed security experience. Coupling this with our deep expertise and our premier consulting partner credentials in Amazon Web Services, AWS, as well as private cloud, means that we can help clients white glove escort to the right workloads and move those to the right cloud with the least amount of risk associated with that change. Later today, you'll hear firsthand from our valued client Redux on how SciComm is helping them modernize in Azure through our Microsoft Gold partner credentials and our great talented people. Again, we believe that a commitment to providing customer choice puts us in a leadership position to best serve our customers and the new growth we are targeting across several market segments in the regulated industries and across public sector. Go forward one if you would, Chris. Thanks. We're extremely proud that we've evolved from being a regional VAR to a national strategic service provider of channel and solution choice, be it on-prem, public, private cloud, the right channel that you decide and navigate. We've expanded our reach into the Mid-Atlantic through SciComm, as I'd mentioned, and we're aggressively looking to deliver the same speed, scale, and reach needed to preserve our high level of localized service that you've relied on from us for the last 2.5 decades. Look, we've built a brand that is known for delivering excellence for 25 years. Customers continue to choose to partner with InterVision for our deep expertise across cloud platforms and data centers, allowing us to accelerate the time to value of the cloud and to mitigate the risk by guiding our clients and their adoption strategies. And our managed service offerings provide clients with options for securely running and maintaining those solutions over time. All right, last slide, and then we'll move on to really some meat and content with Dustin. But in the end, as you review our quals and our credentials, it's always about providing meaningful and measurable business outcomes for our clients. So through the next couple of hours today, you'll hear client testimonials, how InterVision is helping organizations achieve those outcomes. You're also going to hear real-world use cases from our key subject matter experts across a range of service areas. I personally look forward to an engaging day with all of you and a thought-provoking and inspiring conversations that will ensue across the next few hours. With that, thank you to the participants, to our panelists, and to you as guests for sharing a few hours of your business day with us. And let me hand it back to Chris for an introduction of our field CTO, Dustin Milberg, and his content on balancing that teeter-totter between quality, cost, and security in the cloud. Chris?